Boys, I have no idea. Just kidding. I have an entire idea what went wrong today. And we just went against our bias. And also, for whatever reason, I swear to God, bad for this one. We try to put human input in front of our plan. We need to follow this boring ass plan and its bags every day. And here's more proof of product. It literally all comes down to the human input of it, of where you mess up, especially with this strategy. What is this? A break of structure to the downside on the 4 hour. What does that determine? That determines that we are bearish. I did not take this. For whatever reason, due to the fact that ES did not break structure to the downside, I decided to say, hey, I'm going to be bullish. So maybe if I was trading Asia session, would have been valid. But when we come into the 1 hour, you can see I marked out equilibrium, this imbalance, London lows, and Asia lows as my points of reversal. So market open, going to market open real quick, and immediately we took buy side liquidity, pre-market liquidity. We took the highs. So I was like, oh, well, that's not looking great. But then what is this? If we come out onto the 15-minute, and as you guys know, I genuinely also didn't follow the plan correctly. Like, this just goes to show that if you don't follow your plan, expect to lose. And we went late for that reason. Low probable trading day, wasn't feeling confident. We couldn't really determine a solid bias, even though hindsight master right here, it was right in front of us, right? It's right here that we were bearish. With that being said, though, this short should have been taken on the 15-minute regardless. And look at this entry. When the 4 hour bias is different than the 1 hour bias, we use the 15-minute. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this trade. The previous day lows, damn near, quite literally, last week lows at that. And that is just such a beautiful trade and how the market moves. Yes, we did not catch a 4.68 hour trade, but I'll show you the trade we did take. We got cooked. We were trading ES. And the exact same thing here. We sweep pre-market liquidity. I also got manipulated on this here. You can see we had the break of structure to the upside on the 1 hour. I was like, all right, maybe the 4 hour is going to continue to turn this take profit into a break of structure level. Continue to fill this gap and fill all these inefficiencies. Got played big time. And remember, on ES, I was on the bullish bias due to the fact that we did not actually break structure on the downside. But NQ doing so, and the way NQ looked when we had market open, it should have been a signal. But hey, we're human. Human input gets involved. Emotions get involved. Life goes on. Tomorrow, we will not see this. With that being said, look at this here. A sweep. Take out these previous equal highs. Boom. And what happens? Scale into the 15-minute. We do not get an imbalance. No, but this here is an order block. Look at this. Boom, order block. What does price do? We draw into it after we close out of it. Boom, pick up whatever orders we may have grabbed, and we blow the fuck in the other direction. These were the shorts for the day. This was the play probably of the week, to be honest. FOMC, I feel like the reason we dumped down here, took this buy-side liquidity, was then to turn around, and we'll probably take some of this during FOMC, unless we continue further down, but really just couldn't see that happening. And I mean, clearly, everyone can be wrong, right? Don't let anything that you ever see from me think that I think I'm always right, because that is not the case, ever. There's always something to learn from these markets day in, day out, and ultimately, the same mistakes. Here's another thing, too. We had really good respect off of EQ, and this also goes to show that if you're not on the right side of the market, these confluences will not work. And that's really important in my eyes, because clearly the only thing we were missing to catch this short was to be on the shorting side of the market. That's all it took. Pre-market liquidity, sweep relative highs, imbalance, retest of the imbalance. What? 1 minute break of structure to the downside? Even if you waited all the way for that, you entered from here. Force stops above the imbalance. Still have an absolutely amazing trade to previous day lows and Asia lows. That in itself is a fucking phenomenal trade. Excuse my language, but it's just real. As well, too, right? We have an imbalance here. That also gets what? Flipped and inverse. A bullish imbalance gets flipped to a bearish imbalance. We have an inverse. Boom, take the shorts out of there. You see what I'm saying? So these confluences, you need to make sure that you're on the right side of the market. And unfortunately, today we weren't. Today we just were not. We ended up. What are we long out of, actually? Oh, yeah, it was here. I'll show you. I might have forgot to get to that. Haha. Ha 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 ha. It was on NQ. Yeah, so when we came down to this 1 hour imbalance, this retest of it, sweeping London lows, looked really clean. Came into the 1 minute. I know, why am I on the 1 minute immediately? But how can you blame me? Life goes on, am I right? Look at this. Inverse here, we had a couple respects of it. Got cooked. Let me double check that that was where my entry was. Okay, it's not even on this chart. What the hell? Where am I in? Oh, I'm not logged in. Okay, well, that then makes 110% sense. But I'm almost certain. I'm just going to have a quick look at the Discord here. And bing, bing, bump. Bing, boom, bing, shink, shink, bow. Yeah, that was, no, we got blasted through immediately on an inverse. Time frame, 3 minute. What the flip? What the flip? What the flip? What the flip? Oh, we took the trade on the S&P. I swear to God, I took it on NQ. I guess not. That was yesterday that we took the L on NQ. Yes, it was. It was yesterday that we took the L on NQ. Okay, so here we go. Wait, what the flip? Where is my trade, bro? Hold up, chat. Stay with me. Stay with me. Oh my God, I remember. Where's the SMT that happened within here? This is where I took entry at. I did take this entry right here. Still the inverse. Exact same thing. We had the start of the inverse of this. We invalidated it, came back into it. And right here, reminder that it's only because we were on the wrong side of the market. We go right here. We had an SMT start to form. ES had made a lower low. Had made a lower low with this candlestick over. SMT divergence. And here we go. We made equal lows. So I was like, let's kind of forward test this and see if we can add it as a valid confluence on top of the inverse that we were originally entering off of. And shit, hey, probably not a good idea to forward test live, but shit goes on and life happens. With that being said, fellas, I'm not gonna hold this here for too much longer. I hope that my entire screen was recording while I didn't have OBS open, but you know, I hope so. Regardless, that was a trade, fellas. Like the order block and the imbalance, just being on the right side of the market. We had it marked out too. We were jumping back and forth from team to team, as in bullish and bearish. Decided to thug it out with my original thought. Bet on it, and hey, we lost. So I'll catch y'all not Wednesday because we got crazy news, but Thursday and Friday. I'm gonna be killing it in the Discord, boys, and I promise you, these next 2 trading days are gonna be fire. So I'll catch y'all then.